host and Dr. Lindsay present Wellness Wednesday. Now, here's Dr. Lindsay.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I'm so happy you tuned in today. And my name is Dr. Linzi, and I am a naturopathic doctor right here in Iron River. I specialize in helping people restore their life and revitalize their life. And remember that anything we talk about is for the purpose of general health, not intended to treat or cure anything. Just talk about overall wellness, and always consult with your primary care before making any health changes, right? And so I hope everyone had a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. And now it is New Year's Eve. So happy New Year's Eve. And so I don't really want to talk about any resolutions or anything really along those lines, because we all know it's been a couple years. I think this might be my third New Year's with uh, doing telephone time. But we've talked so many times about how resolutions don't stick, and 2 weeks in, and this and that and the other thing. So I want to talk about something that going in with momentum and energy for working into 2026. So what do I mean? So as we move forward into the new year, I've been reflecting on something that keeps coming up both in personal growth conversations and in some ancient wisdom traditions. And this is the idea of seasons, okay? And so I don't know if you guys have heard it all, but 2025 is the year of the snake. So, and 2026, we're heading into the year of the horse. So you may be like, well, what does that have to do with anything? But I want to explain because I think it's so cool, and we can kind of use this energy as momentum to help us get excited about 2026. So when we look at 2025, so that's the year of the snake, that is a season of shedding. So in Eastern philosophy, the snake represents shedding. So literally letting go of old layers, old patterns, old identities that no longer fit who we are becoming. And honestly, whether you follow Eastern traditions or not, this concept is, universally true about seasons. And so when we look at this 2025, the year of the snake, it's an inner transformation through this shedding process. So it's releasing what no longer fits you so you can become who you were meant to be. And what's interesting to note is that the energy of the snake doesn't transform gently. It reveals inner tensions between you and who you're becoming and the skin that you've outgrown. And until that tension becomes so strong that you have to shed the old you. And so in health, I see this all the time. Sometimes healing isn't about adding more, it's actually about releasing. So releasing that inflammation, releasing that stress, the toxic habits, the thoughts, or even toxic relationships. 2025 could have felt for you like it did for many people that I noticed, a year of peeling things back, and a year that asked, what doesn't need to come with you anymore into 2026. So as you kind of reflect this New Year's Eve, a lot of us do, we're kind of reflecting on the year that happened. I encourage you to think about old patterns and old beliefs that no longer serve you. And if this is a year that maybe felt tough for you or challenging, it was likely that the shedding of everything that is too small to contain you as you've been gearing up to expand and grow for this 2026 year of the horse. And so think about what needs to be released, and what really isn't meant to come with you into 2026. What's also interesting about the snake energy is that it encourages surrender. So not giving up, that's different. You're not giving up, but literally surrendering, letting go of control, and letting what is trying to dissolve actually dissolve away. So this year of the snake is really like an inner honing, the shedding, the dissolving, the endings, a year of hard-earned preparation. Everything that maybe has felt a little too hard or maybe too chaotic, or you kind of were compressing, it has helped shape you into this next phase of expansion. So 2026 is the year of the horse, you guys. So the year of the horse is meant to be a season of momentum. So This is really powerful energy. It's forward movement, it's strength, freedom, direction. So this is a year where clarity can actually turn into action, where you can have this momentum return, where you can stop kind of circling the same mountain and actually start moving forward, which is really exciting. And what I love about this is that you can't rise until you actually shed. So that year of the snake, it was actually really crucial and important because you can't move forward while you're carrying what was meant to be released. So, and that's what's really neat too, is that everything does kind of serve a purpose. Sometimes when we're going through things and they seem challenging and frustrating, like, what is all this? And it serves a purpose so that we can often move forward. And a lot of times some struggles and things that we go through, we will have a bit of struggle before the biggest phase of growth. So the year of the horse will ask you to express outward, to run with your gifts, to be visible, to move with this momentum. But and this is what is so neat, is because all that inner work that happened this last year in 2025, we don't have to be like, oh, forget 2025, moving on in 2026, like leave it behind. It's like, no, it served a purpose. That season served a purpose. And that's exactly what seasons are all about. There is purpose in God's plan, which brings me into just a little something I wanted to mention that I've been noticing about how we can have faith and wisdom from different cultures, and these things can coexist. So I want to say this really clearly here because I think that this matters. I want to point out, because a lot of people might be like, why are you talking about year of the snake and year of the horse? Like, aren't you a Christian? Isn't that voodoo stuff? And you guys, I want to just point out that just because I'm a Christian doesn't mean I can't appreciate wisdom found in other cultures or philosophies. You know, truth is truth. God's fingerprint is everywhere. And the Bible speaks about seasons too: renewal, transformation, laying down the old self, and being refined. For everything, there is a season to be transformed by the renewing of your mind, right? So these ideas, they don't have to compete. They can complement each other. So even though I'm over here intrigued and think learning Eastern philosophy and learning about the year of the snake and the year of the horse is so fascinating, it doesn't mean or make me any less, Christian. And I still, surrender to God and believe in all of that. But I think we can also learn about different things, and they can help us, motivate us, give us momentum, give us excitement, give us different perspective. And also, if I'm being totally honest, if we're going to cast judgment and be over here about righteous and all self-righteous about how, oh, well, that's not this and that's not that, that tends to push people away versus drawing people in and being open and having conversation. Mindset work, wisdom, using different philosophies to guide forward progress isn't replacing God. It's actually stewarding the mind that He gave us. So I think that it's learning to take our thoughts captive. It's choosing awareness over autopilot. It's understanding that healing happens when the mind, body, and spirit are aligned. And as a naturopathic doctor, I literally see this daily. When mindset shifts, our physiology follows, right? So you don't have to label it, and you don't have to agree with everything. You're allowed to pull wisdom from many different places while staying rooted in your faith. And God is not threatened by that or by growth. He is the author of it all. And so as we enter this next season or this next year, however you kind of want to look at it, ask yourself, what am I being asked to release? What patterns have I maybe outgrown? What are you still gripping to that maybe you need to let go of? And what would it look like to move forward in a lighter, freer, more aligned way? And who are you beneath what has been released or dissolved maybe this past year, 2025? And what are you building toward? And what matters most to you? You've done the shedding, and now it's time for you to rise. And one thing I wanted to share with you guys too, that kind of is another way to anchor like the next season, is something called the one word. And I don't know if you've ever heard of it. A lot of people talk about it around this time. There's this book called The One Word, and the one word that changes everything, or something like this. And this has become a new New Year's Eve tradition in our family now. And how it works is that there's this cute little red book that you can get. It's really cheap. You can get it on Amazon. It helps guide you on choosing your one word. But how it's meant to be is, this is not a resolution, not pressure. It's just this one word that you choose that becomes a filter for your decisions, for habits, for health, for mindset. And the word becomes this kind of gentle compass, especially when life starts to feel noisy. And so you can choose this one word. I remember the first word I chose was healing. And it was so interesting because that whole year actually had so many different layers to healing. And I learned about holistic counseling. I learned about so many things that helped on my health and healing journey. This last year was self-confidence. And interestingly, as you guys follow along on Wellness Wednesday, I was able to lose 31 pounds now and gain some of that self-confidence back and launch a program that I've been wanting to do for 3 years. So this year has been a lot of rebuilding my self-confidence. And this year I haven't decided. I have a couple in mind. I haven't decided on the word yet, but I like to kind of sit by the fire, really contemplate some of the questions that I shared with you guys, and think about what my one word for this next year is going to be. So I encourage you guys to maybe think about that too. Kind of what is the theme or the compass you want to have for you to focus on that helps, guide you for this next year. Have you heard of that one word, Jim?
Well, I was just sitting here trying to figure out my own word, and the only thing that really came to mind was prosperity.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful one.
Yeah, because I feel as though prosperity covers, your health, wealth, family, future events, and not so much a realization of trying, as you mentioned, holding on to the past.
Right.
So yeah, that's
absolutely, that's a beautiful one.
I think everybody, at some point over the next couple of days, they are going to have to do some reflection. It's just
absolutely,
it's what we do. We have to have closure.
Yes, and also when we have that closure, we're able to more beautifully move on to the next season or the next chapter. It feels like good, and I think sometimes even if the year was hard, if there's things that we have to like let to rest or to move on from, and there can be all sorts of emotions and grief and different things, but they all kind of serve their purpose, and they can be a blessing too, because they shape and help form what the next year can look like and what we maybe learned about ourselves, learned that we didn't know, what we learned together as a family and friendships and our own things, and then we can move forward in a more positive way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think you're really, as usual, you are tapping the nail right on.
Well, and I think so often we're trying to focus on the New Year's resolution, like what's the thing I have to change about myself, what's the thing that I need to be better at, or what, and then we put all this pressure on ourselves. But sometimes just an honest reflection and closure, like you mentioned, then automatically opens the door.
We are, as individuals, so much harder on ourselves than other people are.
Oh my gosh, is that ever true? Yes, absolutely. Well, and with that in mind, I kind of wanted to do a little bit of a New Year's Eve prayer for everybody.
Hey, it's already got, hey, prayer warriors, get your ears on.
Right, even though I'm over here talking about you're the snake and you're the horse, I still am grounded in my faith, right? And so I want to do a little prayer for everybody. So, and a little New Year's blessing. So, God, thank you for the seasons you guide us through. I pray over every listener here that you give clarity for what needs to be released, courage for what lies ahead, and peace in the in-between. Place a word on each heart that brings alignment, strength, and trust in you. And like Jim mentioned, help bring closure to what needs to be left to rest so that we can move on. Help us move forward lighter, wiser, and rooted in your truth. Amen.
Amen.
Yes. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in to this Wellness Wednesday. And I hope today's episode encouraged you to do a little reflection this wonderful New Year's Eve. And to just know that there are so many ways that we can support our healing and help to remind you what is possible. And I encourage you guys to make creating the conditions for health a priority and keep supporting that incredible body of yours. And trust your body, trust nature, and trust the incredible wisdom that God has literally built into your design.
Well, folks, that was Dr. Linzi, a UP Wellness. It's open Monday and Thursdays.
Yes.
From 8 to 4:30 up on the hill, 401 Washington. That's right here in Iron River. You can always call 906-829-0500. Info at Dr. Linzi on
Yeah.
Facebook.
So you can email info at Dr. Linzi. So it's info at DRL. Slow down. My brain's moving too fast. Info at drlinzi.com. DRLINZI.com. You can also visit my website, drlinzi.com. And then I also am on Facebook, and I also am on YouTube now is where I post all the recordings, so you guys can check it out. And just remember, our mission at Upper Peninsula Natural Wellness is to provide natural health therapies to restore health and bring the body, mind, and spirit back into balance through supporting the body's natural health and healing processes and getting to the root cause of the problem. And if you guys are ready in 2026 to make your health a priority, you know who to reach out to.
That's right. Dr. Linzi, I just want to say, well, definitely for myself, and I guess for the station too. We all here hope and pray for you, your clinic, your family, because I know you guys have had some family.
Oh yeah.
So
challenges.
Pray for you guys, and that you have a blessed 2026.
Thank you. And I pray for all of you guys at the station. I know you guys work your butts off, just going non-stop. And I would pray for some rest for you guys and to just know how much you are appreciated.
Well, thank you. I just want to say the rumors about me sleeping on a cot here are true.
You guys do a great job, and we appreciate you.
Dr. Linzi, how about next week?
I think that sounds like a plan.
Right.
See you in the new year.
Hey, you got it. We will kick off the new year.